Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's better. Let's have a look why there was no videos published yesterday. Here's the insert. First one to launch, the first one to turn around today. But it's not because he's scared. Let me show you why. Those are close to 3 meters, if not bigger, on 8 and 9 seconds. Nobody that's standing here wants to launch. And there's a lot of good skippers here that says no, they'll come back later. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, Petrus Vivius. I'm standing here at Ingwe. Surf's up. Anywhere between 2.5 and 3 meters. All on the sandbank. Sorry, I'm out of breath. But it is what it is. Beautiful sunrise though. Okay, we're gonna wait and see what the boats are doing. Although it's a beautiful sunrise here at St. Lucia Beach. Come on, focus. Tide is not pushing as hard as yesterday, but the pylon is wrapped in a shrine of mist. So the mist will be closing up here as well. It looks a lot better than yesterday. But it's still huge. It's still huge. Hi guys. We need some sponsorship for the Extreme Boating channel. I'm really taking amps. I'm falling behind on all my shit. So you can get the rest of April. No, there's not much days left. And May for 3,500 Rand. Or you can hit the super thanks button, or you can do PayPal. Anything will help. Even a data for 081 342 7371 or airtime. Anything. Some things in life you can just not record, but we can see the size of the waves. But visually the sunrise is much more beautiful that I can capture it on video. It's of fresh debris that washed out here with the last 2 days, over the last 2 days. Boats are turning around. They say that there's not enough gap to go out. So another day wasted here on the beach. It's like this that fascinates me. Incredible amount of debris that washed out here. Let's just do a fishing report update quickly. There's no gullies between the estuary mouth and Ingwe Beach. Watercolors is terrible and the surf is up. So I don't see any fishing conditions that I can talk about. It is what it is. It's fugly, but we'll keep you updated. Definitely new plugs that got unstuck. Definitely. See all that greenery in the reeds over there? New plug that got unstuck. So there's a huge wash over here from the high tide. A lot of new greenery over there as well. Standing here at St. Lucia Estuary mouth and looking on how it's pivoting to the south and not to the north. It's a very interesting phenomenon. The swash and wash effect says it must pivot to the north and migrate to the north, but it's pivoting and migrating to the south. Look how it's eating away that bank, that dune over there on the southern dune towards Mapelon. A lot of water getting in on high tide, but it's mainly just the ocean returning the muck that the Invasive was giving it. There's no marine water washing in at the moment. So yeah, the estuary is nice and deep at the moment, but only down the Invasive River channel. That's Mapelon Dune, the second highest vegetated sand dune in the world. In the distance, roughly 180 meters high. This is the delta mouth happening with all the sandbanks forming. You can see how shallow it is with the outgoing tide forming waves on the sandbanks. Create the plugs. You can see the vegetation growing here where this reeds has washed out. If this vegetation can establish itself, then it's definitely a dune and it will not be moved. Not by the ocean and not by man. Man hasn't got the will to maintain the system. We'll rather see children go hungry and make nasty comments on social media than to make sure that the system is working and people can get free food. It's just in our nature, that's how we are. Okay, for a few years now I've been promoting that the Monzi floodplain farmers, the sugarcane farmers, is part of the carbon cycle, and people don't understand what I'm talking about. So one or three of the local scientists went to one of the South American countries and saw how they farm sugarcane to be part of the carbon cycle. Our sugarcane farmers is carbon neutral, footprint is carbon neutral for many years. I don't know if the rest of the sugarcane farmers through the province, but the floodplain farmers was forced by nature to become carbon neutral. They're part of the carbon cycle, guys, you cannot disagree with that. They're part of the carbon zinc. After at our walking sand dune, let's have a look. Yes, it moved a lot. There you go. Now it was north of the boardwalk entrance a year or three ago. This was a huge wetlands where the birds, kingfishers was hunting tilapia. Now it's dry grassland encroached by the dune. Let's go and show you where the boardwalk entrance, the line of the boardwalk entrance used to be. This pond here was part of the wetlands on this side of on the left hand side of this dune, but we're not in line with the boardwalk entrance yet. Now there where Jeff with Fat Pike Fishing is going, that is about the boardwalk entrance. Roughly in this area here, let me drop an arrow in, is where the dune started about 3 years ago. It moved roughly 150 meters south. Walked 150 meters south, migrated, call it what you like. Come over the current launch site, over this dune here, and you come towards these poles that's standing over there, you'll pick up the old broken down tar road behind the dunes, and there's some nice bird life some mornings. So I'm going to try and find it today. Scary. Luckily this hippo went that way, so I know I'm not going to run into him. He came from the direction I'm walking. Still fucking scary. Right, here we can see why Zalumis broke the tar road up. He knew that the management plan is going to flood this area. He knew it. So he knew the farmers was going to be flooded. But I don't think it was mentioned in any of the environmental impact studies that they published, or any public participation meetings that the public participated in. Anyway, we can fix it if we keep on applying positive pressure. Taking Shadow for a long walk to try and get some footage. We can't lose the channel. We worked too hard for it. And relying on the boating is not going to work. They wish for the St. Lucia estuary mouth to close so they can launch at Mapelon. And there's nothing happening on the Mapelon launch, that we know by now. So we have to pivot the channel before the mouth closes, while we've still got time. Have a look. Oh yeah, that's better. Let's have a look why there was no videos published yesterday. Here's the insert. Open your wings. Let's see your beauty. Sitting in the sun. Shadow, stop pulling the leash. Sitting in the sun, a beautiful butterfly. And sort of trust him if there's barriers like a road and a park and stuff like that. His recall works, but it's very delayed. I don't know what he's going to do if we run into wildlife. So far he's listening well, but only time will tell. Yes, the town is full of butterflies all over. I just can't get to video them all. They're very skittish. To see him. He's really disappearing into the shadows. Shadow, come. So proud of his recall. Come here. Hey. We're working on it, Dad. We're working on it. Let's use AI and find out what is these bushes that is overgrowing. They are beautiful, luscious forests. Commonly known as the creeping foxglove or Chinese violet. As we can see, it's herbivorous insects that eats them, snails and slugs, and some mammals apparently, but the mammals they list don't appear here with us. I haven't seen our indigenous buck, the red duiker, eat it at all. So there you go. Creeping foxglove or a Chinese violet. Consider it an invasive weed. They say some areas can consider it a weed. I think you can consider it an invasive weed. If you guys know how beautiful and luscious our forest was and how quickly it was overrun by this crappy plant. Well, everything has got its place in life. Here at a Iguala trail, which used to be a beautiful forest. They can be cut down and poisoned because they are not indigenous to our area. But yeah, that is an argument for a different day. What happened with the root system? If you do cut them out, they just keep on growing. They just don't stop. Yeah, he loves this outing and he's so obedient. He's not dragging me all over the show. Yeah, it took me 7 years before Pardet. I let Pardet Lucia without a leash. Damn. that dragonfly got away without being photographed. You see today in the Gala Gala, but the sounds is absolutely fantastic. It's a lot of butterflies and dragonflies. If I had a little bit more patience, I could make nice photographs, but I don't want to pull on that guy too much. Now where did he go and sit down? It's so easy to see them with a naked eye, but to find, there he is. Emperor Dragonfly. They're ferocious hunters. I figured out what he's doing. He's going to catch himself an insect. And he sits down and he eats it on his perch. And then he flies another sortie and catches another insect. Right, we opted for the short version, so we're going to turn right here and go towards town. Because I'm tired and Shadow is tired. I lost my pardate. Had to leave her at home, she's in too much pain.